violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, in school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's get into the video.
New York City's mayor-elect not having it. Eric Adams dismissing violent threats by the New York Black Lives Matter co-founder, Hawk Newsom, vowing the group will unleash new riots.
Guys, so this guy, Hawk Newsom, who is basically inciting riots over this new mayor in New York. He's basically going to be tough on crime. He's a Democrat, I believe, but he's tough on crime Democrat. And he wants to bring back the stop and frisk and all that kind of stuff in New York. And honestly, I'm not even against it, bro. New York needs a climate change, for real. And I'm not talking about the weather. I'm talking about the way that these guys just feel so emboldened and brazen to just do things out in public. And y'all know New York guys have a lot more bravado and stuff like that. They trying to be the tough guy and whatnot. And it shows, and it ends up being casualties in the streets.
Adams brings back the plainclothes anti-crime unit and other law and order policies that Adams campaigned on. Adams called the threat silly and vowed the city won't tolerate riots and burning. Brian Yennis is covering this mess. He joins us live in New York City. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Julie. Well, look, I spoke to Hawk Newsom, the co-founder of Black Lives Matter of Greater New York, and he said, look, listen, I'm not advocating for violence, but he is warning New York City's mayor-elect Eric Adams, do not bring back plainclothes anti-crime police units, the same units that were dismantled in 2020. He says that if he does, then it will inevitably...
So this guy is upset that they want to bring back plainclothes anti-crime units in New York. I mean, what's wrong with that? Guys who are trained walking in the streets, seeing what's going on in the city, understanding the elements, the crime element in the city. I see nothing wrong with that.
Inevitably lead to the same violence we saw in the streets last summer. Listen.
When these plainclothes police officers.
Listen closely to him now. This guy, I mean, they're gonna paint him as the, you know, the activist, the woke brother, this, that, and a third. I mean, he's basically selling the community out. He doesn't care about the increased murder rate in New York City. I mean, y'all know we do videos, New York, the Northeast, all the time. And he really believes the rhetoric that he is speaking. That's the scary part.
Come back into the streets with the mentality that they're going to eradicate crime, they're going to make a mistake, and they're going to kill someone. When that happens.
So he thinks that when they bring in the plainclothes, they're going to kill an innocent black person. All right. And is there potential for that to happen? That an officer gets in a situation with an innocent person? You know, it's likely that they may make some mistakes, but honestly, when it comes to killing another person, that's usually when they're in the commission of arresting somebody in a crime. Now, obviously, you're not saying that they need to be the executioner on the streets, but it's so rare that that even happens, that when it does happen, they make a huge deal about it. What's not rare is black people just getting slaughtered in the streets by other black people.
To make a mistake and they're going to kill someone. When that happens, there will be a repeat of George Floyd. It's simple mathematics. It's not about Hawk making threats.
Newsom and his organization met with Adams in a meeting that was live streamed on Instagram Wednesday. It got contentious. They claim Adams does not have a plan to reform the police. And after the meeting, Newsom's sister called Adams a, quote, bargain basement Giuliani knockoff.
Bargain basement Giuliani knockoff, because he wants to decrease crime in the city. She said he doesn't have a plan. We'll see.
And then Hawk Newsom said this.
If they think that they're going to go back to the old ways of policing, then we're going to take to the streets again. There will be riots. There will be fire.
So, I mean, he's basically inciting riots. There will be riots. There will be fire.
And there will be bloodshed.
I mean, these dudes is all the way radical. Run it back. What did this man say?
Knockoff. And then Hawk Newsom said this.
If they think that they're going to go back to the old ways of policing, then we're going to take to the streets again. There will be riots, there will be fire, and there will be bloodshed.
I mean, that's wild. That's wild. That's worse than what Trump did on January 6th.
Adams, a former NYPD captain who ran on fighting back against crime as well as bringing back those plainclothes police officers, says he's not backing down and he will fulfill his campaign promise.
This city is not going to be a city of riots. It's not going to be a city of burning. This is going to be a city where we're going to be safe. We're going to have effective policing that's not heavy-handed.
Crime in New York City has surged this past year. The NYPD is now looking for this man after a woman in her 20s was sexually assaulted in Central Park at 7 a.m. yesterday while walking here. Less than an hour later, another 54-year-old woman jogging in another neighborhood was sexually assaulted, allegedly by a man named Howard Shaw. Shaw was released from prison on Tuesday and is now back in custody.
And the reason why these people are being released is because of this no cash bail that they got in New York. You don't have to put up no money. You just get bailed out. You back on the streets, and then you commit another crime, and they're like, "Oh, okay, let's keep them this time." It's the mindset. It makes no sense
For this alleged assault. Julie?
All right, Brian Yanis, thank you so much.
Well, right now, a manhunt is underway for 5 men who escaped from the Pulaski County Law Enforcement Center. We want you to take a good look here at your screen. These inmates have been identified as Tyree Williams, Tyree Jackson, Lewis Evans, Brandon Pooler, and Dennis Penix Jr. Now, county officials say 2 of those men ambushed 2 deputies, pushing them into a cell and locking them inside of it. Those inmates then released the other 3 inmates and took off in a stolen 2015 Kia Sedona with this Georgia license plate. It's CMP 8628. Now, the GBI says they all have violent criminal histories. 2 of them are murder suspects. Anybody who spots these men should call 911 immediately.
And extremely dangerous and nearly 36 hours on the run. The search for 5 escaped inmates continues this morning. According to the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office, 2 are accused murderers. Ashlyn Webb with our sister station in Macon spoke to the sheriff, who says they have no leads on where these men could be.
Sheriff Danny Brennan says it all began around 11 p.m. Friday when the inmates are supposed to be locked down. At the time, only 2 jailers were working.
The jailers went in the cell where the inmates were at.
Oh man, this is a country operation. You can hear it in this man's voice.
And while they were talking to one of them, they got attacked. One of the jailers got attacked. They knocked her down.
So they got a female jailer. Wow. I mean, I don't think women should be working in these male jails, honestly. But y'all can think what y'all want. She over there, they lulled her. They sweet talked her. And then just escaped the prison off of the strength of that.
Attacked. One of the jailers got attacked. They knocked her down and told her they was gonna kill her.
The sheriff says then the inmates attacked the other jailer, stole one of the jailer's car keys, and took off in her 2015 Kia Sedona. The GBI says the inmates also stole 2 tasers from the jail. Deputies don't know where the men were headed, but Brennan thinks the inmates are no longer in Hawkinsville. These are the inmates the sheriff's office say escaped.
Woo! These look like some roughneck dudes, man. They was not playing. They was not playing. I mean, that's insane. I mean, watch your back. Y'all watch y'all back.
They include Tyree.
This dude got a shirt with all types of guns on it. He looks straight out the Congo.
Williams, who's charged with felony murder and home invasion for allegedly shooting a man in July 2020. Dennis Penix, who's accused of killing 2 men in 2017 and a drug deal gone wrong. Brandon Pooler, accused of child cruelty. Tyree Jackson, who's charged for car break-ins, and Lewis Evans, accused of obstructing an officer. Brannon says U.S. Marshals, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Georgia State Patrol, and several sheriff's offices in the area are assisting.
Our problem right now is we ain't got no kind of leads and nothing that we can check on.
We ain't got no type of leads.
According to Captain Larry Jackson with the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office, the plate number for that 2015 Kia Sedona.
I mean, a lot of these dudes in the Deep South, they stuck on stupid. Yeah, I mean, Pulaski County, hella country.
Is CMP 8628. Take a good look at that. Keep your eyes peeled on the roads. The GBI has issued a blue alert for these inmates. If you see any of them or that car, call police.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.